With that, back to our other top story this morning. Again, reactions to last night's big debate between Trump and Biden.
For 90 minutes, President Biden and former President Trump defended their positions on key issues, including the economy, immigration, and foreign policy. And this is the first presidential election since the Supreme Court's, since the Supreme Court's decision overturning Roe v. Wade, an election as well.
Under Roe v. Wade, you have late-term abortion. You can do whatever you want, depending on the state. You can do whatever you want. We don't think that's a good thing. We think it's a radical thing. We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the Republicans.
For 51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court. He takes credit for taking it away.
All right, let's bring in now Jeannette Pai-Espinosa to talk more about this. She's the president of Justice and Joy National Collaborative. That's a national advocacy group that's been active since 1883. Jeannette, thank you so much for being with us. And just a quick heads up, if we get a major Supreme Court ruling during this interview, we may have to cut away, but perhaps we'll have time to come back to you. Just want to give you that heads up. So obviously abortion is one of the animating forces in this campaign. No matter which side you're on, it moves people, this issue on both sides. So Biden, of course, as he said before, said again last night he wants to reinstate Roe v. Wade. Trump said he believes there should be exceptions for abortions in cases of rape, incest, and life of the mother. Those are the most common three. You've heard that for decades now. What was your takeaway from how they discussed this issue, particularly the prospect of a national abortion ban, which Biden has said Republicans would do, and Trump has kind of danced around that issue a little bit? What's your takeaway?
Well, I think, quite frankly, and thank you for having me this morning, I think, quite frankly, it was difficult to track in the debate last night. There really, frankly, wasn't conversation back and forth, I think, about the issue of abortion. I think that what we see is that it is, in fact, not just about abortion, it's about bodily autonomy and a whole range of health services and supports that are not going to be accessible if, a national ban takes place. I think all the polls show that that's not where the public is. That's certainly not where women and young women are. And I think there's just a long way to go in sorting out the nuances of the conversation, much less the actual solutions.
So what then is your message to voters, women voters, especially after this debate, who see the right to choose as a critical issue and one that they will cast their ballot accordingly?
My advice to them would be to vote for President Biden. I mean, I think, I'll be honest about the debate last night. I did watch it, and I think there were no surprises there. I think President Biden was not the charismatic speaker that he can be, but I think his values were clear and consistent, as were his issues and the position he took on the right to choose. So I think he's really the only one talking about the right to choose, abortion, and reproductive justice.
And thanks for making that point, because I think that's really important. You know that the news media, the coverage today is going to be about Biden's performance. That seems to be the headline. It was not a great night, to put it diplomatically, for the president. But you speak to the fact that depending on what issue matters most to you, you can overlook Biden's incoherence at times, and you can overlook some of Trump's falsehoods sometimes if they represent a position that resonates with you. So for you, if you are pro-abortion rights, then does Biden's style mean anything to you if he's on the side of that debate that you agree with most?
It does not, quite frankly. I mean, what we stand to lose is far, far away and above. Right after the Dobbs decision, we actually did a series of national conversations in 14 states with younger women, girls, gender-expansive young folks, predominantly of color, about the impact of Dobbs. And it is beyond, we had young folks saying that they were afraid to use their period tracking apps, that they were afraid to disclose, where they live. We had people, it was affecting not only those choices, but the choices about where to go to school, where they could live in the future. So it is a much deeper, broader impact on the lives of young folks and women and people who can give birth.
Do you feel confident, or just as confident as you were maybe before this debate last night, that Biden will win in November? Or do you believe, like a lot of the conversation is this morning, that he should step aside and someone else should take his place as a candidate?
You know, if I had the answer to that, I probably wouldn't be doing this job. I'd be doing another job. I don't know. I'm being completely honest. I do not know. I know one of the things that was disturbing to me about the debate is there really wasn't any effort or any identifiable strategy, for reaching out to Gen Z. Okay, so those are younger folks. There are 40 million voters, and there was nothing in the debate last night that would resonate with the way they see the world, the way they see the issues, and the kinds of people they want to have leading the country. We're trying to work on that now, but I don't know. I am more nervous than I was before the debate, I'll be honest.
And listen, that group of voters is critical because, one, let's face it, 40 million is a high number, and a lot of those folks very upset about what's unfolding in Gaza, a long way from that debate stage in Atlanta. So there's a lot going on, and I think it's hard for young people in this country to connect with or relate to two 80-year-old men. Just the age gap is wide. So there's a lot going on. Thank you for giving us some time this morning, Jen. We really do appreciate it. And please come back as the news cycle warrants. Thank you.
We will. Thank you.